Putting my haters out, they wish you sleep. It can't be nobody else, I'ma be myself. So they gon' have to watch me treat myself. You make it look good. Watch yourself, huh? Yeah, you make it look good. Don't let it watch yourself, huh? Cause you make it look good. You make it look good. Watch yourself, huh? Yeah, you make it look good. Don't let it watch yourself, huh? Cause you make it look good. Watch yourself, huh? You make it look good. You make it look good. Watch yourself, huh? Yeah, you make it look good. Don't let it watch yourself, huh? Cause you make it look good. Watch this.
Watch this. We make it look good over here. It is Wednesday, and you are hanging out with Native Tribe Urban Media. How's everybody doing? Hope you're having a great start to your day. My name is Native. I just decided that I would pop through and show y'all one of our sovereign citizen friends. Believe this is in Michigan. Matter of fact, it is in Michigan. So shout out to all my Michigan people up there living with these sovereign citizens. Now, in case you all are not familiar with this sovereign citizen movement, I'll just give you a brief explanation, okay? These people are anti-government, right? They are conspiracy theorists. They believe that there are laws that we are not aware of. They believe that the courts do not work the way that we think that they work. And they believe that that none of the laws in this country apply to them, okay? Now, there are different levels to this thing, right? You got your regular sovereign citizens, and then you have some that are called Moorish sovereign citizens. Those people believe that America is actually Morocco. That's right. They believe that we are living in Morocco. And so therefore, they don't have to follow the laws and all that other foolishness. Now, none of their arguments have ever won in any court in the United States. You can look it up. They continue, though, to believe that they are more knowledgeable about the law than those of us, that ride around with, I don't know, driver's licenses and registration and things like that. Okay. So that's who they are. All right. I find it hilarious to actually make fun of these people because none of their stuff ever holds up. Okay. So what we're going to be looking at today is a gentleman who swears that he does not need a license plate, registration, insurance, or driver's license. He's going to go on and on and on and on and on about that. Now, what's cool about this particular video is that we're actually going to get to see him in court, and we're going to watch a judge break this down to him. So yes, we're going to have some sovereign citizen fun today. Hopefully everybody's having a good week. We made it to the middle. Okay. Y'all know I cannot do this show without you. So let's see who is joining us today. It is, first up, Say J is here. Hello, hello, hello. How are you doing? Golden Pearl is also in the building. Hello, Golden Pearl. How are you? Bridget Girl in the building as well. Coffee's Brewing says hello, hello, hello. Make Beauty Forever is here. Says, hey, everybody. Hello. Just Nikki in the building. Hey, let's talk about it all is also here. Tam Tam in the building. Aunt Natty's here with flames in the chat. Toddy Jackson is here. Says, hey, 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 Native and Tribers. Hello, hello, hello. Sherry's in the building. Dion Salt Bay is also here. AK's POV says here for the midday entertainment. Oh, this guy is very entertaining. He is very, very, very entertaining. So yes, we're going to get into it. Lunar Brain Fireheart is also here. Hello, hello, hello. We have Diva Shani has joined us on this Wednesday afternoon. That girl is here. Hello, hello, hello. Bridget Girl is also in the building. I already spoke to you, Bridget Girl. GC is here. Hello, GC. How are you? Own it, respect it here. How are you? Let me see. Justin's mom is also in the building. Justin's mom says, hey, Native and Tribe, regarding Monday's football game, how about those Lions? Ravens had to fly home. I had to brag. Yes, indeed, Justin's mom. You should be very proud of the Detroit Lions. However, Justin's mom, this particular sovereign citizen is in Michigan, okay? So I'm just saying, it kind of balances out. You know what I mean? Like you got the Lions, and then you got this guy. Okay, all right, okay, we're gonna get into it. TD Will is in the building. Hello, TD Will. How are you? Hope you are doing well. Sassy Gal is here. Says, hey, all this looking good on this black job. Hey, 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 Tribe family. Hope you are enjoying yourself. Let's see. Mama B is also in the building. Hello, Mama B. How are you? Hope you are doing well. Um, Justice Miles said, not Michigan again. I'm almost like the Bible lady in Florida. Yes, it's Michigan again. You know, it's funny. A lot of these sovereign citizen videos, both of the traffic stops as well as the court stuff, is in Michigan. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Share with the Watts in Michigan. Don't claim these fools. Oh, okay. All right. I mean, look, I feel the same way about Florida. People always try to put everything on Florida. We don't claim them people. I don't know them people. Okay. Legal Lady 251 in the building says, good afternoon, my Gulf Coast brother. Good afternoon, my Gulf Coast sister. How are you? TDC is in the building, says, hi, everyone. Hello, TDC. How are you? Bullet Holes also here. Hello, hello, hello. Blue Sapphire is in the house, says, hey, Native Mods and Tribe. Hello, hello, hello. Us, as in we seniors need love too, is in the building, says, hey, Native and Tribe. Hello, hello, hello. Kimmy K in the building says, hey, Native and Tribe. Hello, Kimmy K. How are you doing? Hope you are doing well. Your friendly neighborhood cupcakes is here. Says, hey, 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 hit that like button. As long as it ain't that raggedy leprechaun, Lord Jamar, I'm here for the ride. No, it's not Lord Jamar, but I will say that this is a raggedy leprechaun. You'll see what I mean in a minute. Off of me is here. Says, hey, Nasty Native. Hello, off of me. How are you? Jet Black Straight is in the building. Says, hey, Native Smokey and Tribe fam. Hello, hello, hello. Look, Justice Mom, I'm just saying, this dude is representing your state. He is representing your state, okay? Miss Boogie Down in the building says, good afternoon, Native and Tribe. Hello, 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 Miss Boogie Down. How are you? CS is in the building with flames in the chat. How are you doing, ma'am? Hope you're doing well on this Wednesday. Ms. Unique is in here. It says, hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Hello, hello, hello. And CW is in the house. All right. Now, let's be fair. Okay. Let's be fair. I'm gonna be fair. Okay. The argument that a lot of the sovereign citizens give is that the US Supreme Court, this is what they say, this is what this guy's going to say over and over and over again, okay? So before we get into the video, I want to explore their argument, okay? Because what they say is that the US Supreme Court has ruled that you do not need a driver's license in order to drive a car. That is what they have said. Now, is that true? Absolutely not. Now, you want to know, am I making this up? Okay. Retro and my fro. Thank you so much for being here. You want to know, am I making this up? Is Native just making this up? No, Native is not. Okay. Here, like I said, before we get into the video itself, I wanted to just go over a little pretense. Okay. So one of my favorite sources of information is Snopes, and it says, do you need a driver's license to legally operate a car on public roads? Despite what you may read on social media, you still need a driver's license to legally drive a car, and the US Supreme Court hasn't ruled otherwise. All right. This is important information going into this particular video that we're going to watch. Okay. Claim the US Supreme Court has ruled that motorists need not have licenses to drive vehicles on public roads. Okay. False. All right. You see the big X here, right? This is a false claim. For years now, impressive looking texts and documents have circulated online under titles such as US Supreme Court says no license necessary to drive automobiles on public roads / streets. Now, I also, in my research, right, I did look and I found an entire website. There is an entire website dedicated to just this and all this sovereign citizen nonsense. Does the website look official? It sure does, right? It looks like an official website with some well thought out points, and it looks real. It's not. Okay? It is not. If we read a little bit further, okay? The right of a citizen to travel upon public highways and transport his property therein by horse-drawn carriage, wagon, or automobile is not a mere privilege which may be permitted or prohibited at will, but a common right which he has under his right to life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. Under this constitutional guarantee, one may therefore, under normal conditions, travel at his inclination along public highways or in public places, and while conducting himself in an orderly and decent manner, neither interfering with or disturbing another's rights, will be protected not only in his person but in his safe conduct. Excuse me. However, a full reading of the reference case, Thompson v. Smith, which I believe this guy is going to actually reference this case as well. Okay. Um, there's a different context, right? Okay. Now, the exercise of such a common right, the city may, under its police power, regulate in the interest of public safety and welfare, but it may not arbitrarily or unreasonably prohibit or restrict it, nor it may permit one to exercise it and refuse to permit another or like qualifications under like conditions and circumstances to exercise it. The regulation of the exercise of this right to drive a private automobile on the streets of the city may be accomplished in part by the city by granting, refusing, and revoking under rules of general application permits to drive an automobile on its streets. Okay. In other words, the court held that although the use of public roads is a right which citizens enjoy, local authorities may nonetheless regulate such use, including imposing a requirement that the motor vehicle operation obtain licenses. Now, you're saying, Native, why are you reading all this? Okay. All right. You're saying, Native, that's a lot. You're going to make Sylvia's brain explode. Bloop, doop, doop. That ain't my problem. Okay. All right. The reason why I'm reading this is because everything that I just read is going to be completely misinterpreted by this guy in this video that we are about to watch. Okay. So that's the reason why I just wanted y'all to understand, because here's the thing with these sovereign citizens. They make it sound so damn convincing. Like, no, you are imposing on my rights. No, I have the right to travel. I have the right, U.S. Constitution, blah, 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 blah. All right. And that's what we're about to hear. So I wanted to give you a little bit of context on what this guy was referring to and how he's getting it wrong. Okay. Now, with that being said, Silverback called a stray. Yes, she did. Because she can't read. She can't read. So yeah, she's gonna catch strays every now and then. Okay. It happens. Happens to the best of us, right? Okay. Now let me go ahead and pull up this video. Now, here's the other thing about sovereign citizens that I have found out, and I really didn't realize this when I first started watching them, and then I started noticing a trend. Okay. One thing that you will notice about sovereign citizens is that they oftentimes are the people who have something to hide. They are oftentimes the people that have something that they don't want unveiled. Okay. And so they use this malarkey, these made up bullshit arguments in order to hide something else. And I will just say that this guy is no different. Okay. Let's watch.
I am a private individual, I'm not a corporation. And I'm finna start placing liens on your property. Let's see how you like that. See, that's what this is for the boy down to.
Look at how smug grown-up Jermaine Dupri is. Look at grown-up Jermaine Dupri. Uh-huh. He's so wrong in this video, okay?
Because then when you can't explain to your girlfriend, wife, or your children why he's not taking our property, because you didn't uphold or follow the oath that you took as an officer. All because you want to try to act like you're something that you're not. You're not a police officer, you're a peace officer. Learn who you are and learn who you're dealing with when you're dealing with citizens, private citizens. And since you want to go there, and I know this is being recorded, because I get the copy of that, you're dealing with a sovereign citizen.
Bitch, you're dealing with a sovereign citizen, bitch. That's what he wanted to say, okay? That's what little Jermaine Dupri wanted to say. And yes, he is. AK's POV said, all right, now he too old for this foolishness. Listen, I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you what. It's so funny because, like, and I was having this discussion with V Lenore. I really do think that, like, a lot of these people, feel like they have found the answer to the oppression of the man or the oppression of the police or the justice system, and they think that they found it, and so therefore they instead of doing actual research, like reading actual law books, or even doing what I just did, which is just to look it up and see how legitimate this is, they embrace this thing that they think circumvents the system, and they're so confident in it, and he is so smug and just, yeah, I'm a sovereign citizen, bitch, you know what I mean? Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. And yes, your friendly neighborhood cupcakes, he is a leprechaun. Yes. Toddy Jackson says, I promise he looks just like Jermaine Dupri. He do, and he is so wrong. Okay, that would be his that would be his record label. It's so wrong, because he is so wrong. Okay. Miss Unique said he's too smart for me. That's right. That's right. Yep. 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 That's it. That's it. Too smart. Too smart. Let's listen, y'all. Let's listen. This is good. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. Shout out to the channel Bama Mike. Bama Mike has some great sovereign citizen stuff. So if you all get a chance to go over and subscribe and watch some of these videos yourself, Bama Mike is where this is coming from.
Did we meet him in Battle Creek?
From Dickman and Phelps.
On December 30th, 2024, an officer was driving when he spotted this Cadillac Escalade that he knew belonged to a local sovereign citizen that had given him trouble in the past. So he immediately spun around, got up behind him, and noticed that he had a fake license plate on his car that said private. So he immediately lit him up to pull him over.
Now, the funny thing about this video and this guy is that I actually saw the court hearing before I saw this. I did not know that there was the cop cam video existed of the pullover and the stop. I saw the court case, and the court case is ridiculous. It is added to the end of the video, so we will see that as well. But his argument in court in front of an actual judge is just as ridiculous as what he's about to espouse right here. Now, Diva Shani, hello, Rossi, how are you? Diva Shani says he looks like he has severe toe fungus. Now, Diva Shani, how do you know that? Huh? Diva Shani, I need for you to explain to me how you looked at little Jermaine Dupri and how you can get toe fungus. Okay, I'm gonna let you formulate your answer. Okay, while we play this.
Going into TJ's party store. It's going to be a sovereign citizen plate. I'll take another, please.
That's the plate.
What's up, Fields?
Hi, sir. How are you?
I'm all right, and yourself?
I'm good.
It's still the same situation.
Okay. Do you know why I stopped you?
No, I don't.
Okay. It's because of your license plate.
Uh-huh.
What is that, if you don't mind me asking?
It's the plate that I put on here. Let it be known that I'm a private entity. This is a private vehicle, not an automobile, and I'm not operating in commerce.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have your driver's license?
Does that make sense to anybody? Like, does anybody make sense of what he just said? Yes. Okay. Look, if I buy a container from Walmart, right? That is my private property, right? But if I put cocaine in that container, how stupid would it be if the police say, yeah, we're going to search your house and we're going to look in this container. And I say, no, this clear container, which you can clearly see has cocaine in it, is my private property and you can't search it. It makes no sense. And again, these sovereign citizens, if you can tell by this still shot, they're not very bright people. They're not. They're just not. And a little bit of knowledge can be dangerous. And like I said, a lot of these court cases and a lot of these things that he's espousing are out of context. A lot of them are, you know what I mean? Some of them are just straight up made up, and a lot of them are out of context. You'll see more of how out of context it is when he gets to the court hearing. But check this out.
Yes, I do.
Okay. Do we have insurance on the vehicle yet?
I just told you it's the same situation.
I don't. You
don't remember?
Sir, I talk to a lot of people, and so I don't quite. I mean, I remember your face. I don't really remember your name or anything like that. So, do you have a driver's license on you?
I have one, but I don't carry it no more because I'm not required to have it.
Okay. Then can I have you step out of the vehicle, please?
Yep.
Thank you.
What am I stepping out of my vehicle for?
So, in the state, so I know you feel the way that you feel, right? And I'm not here to debate that with you right now, but in the state of Michigan, you're required to carry your driver's license on your person while you're driving. If not, it is a misdemeanor. It is called no ops on person.
Okay.
So I'm going to have you step out of the vehicle, please.
And again, that does not explain why I'm stepping out of my vehicle.
Yes, it does, because I'm going to detain you in a pair of handcuffs. So I'm going to ask you nicely one more time to please step out of the vehicle.
So because I don't have my... Maybe I should let you detain me and then sue you for false arrest because you cannot
Okay, I didn't say... Okay.
Sovereign citizens also think that lawsuits are going to get them out of traffic stops. They think that by saying that they're going to sue or take the officer to court or that they got a lawyer or whatever, blah, 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 there's some kind of way that that's going to get them out of this thing. Now, here's what's great about this guy, right? He just said that he does not have a driver's license because he's not required to have one, which we've already gone over, right? And we know that that's not true. But watch what happens magically. Watch this.
You cannot put handcuffs on me because I don't have a license, something that I just went through this with you with.
Okay.
Oh, matter of fact.
You do have it on you. Okay, awesome. That is all I needed.
But you know
what? Wow. Wow. Did y'all see that? Mary Willis, did you see what just happened? All of a sudden, Jermaine Dupree ×2 got a license out of ain't that something? Ain't that something? Miss Unique, did you see how he was about to be put in handcuffs for a driver's license that he's not required to have? Now, all of a sudden, Chanel Heslop, all of a sudden, Jane, magically, out of nowhere, he got a driver's license. And now, your friendly neighborhood cupcakes did say that this man was a leprechaun. So maybe that was part of his leprechaun powers, was to just suddenly have a driver's license when he was about to be put in handcuffs. Ain't that some shit? Ms. Unique said he pulled it out his ass, literally. Funny how that works, right? Funny how that works. Magic City's Finest said that is Jermaine Dupree daddy. It do like Papa Dupree. Yes, it do. Yes, it do. Now watch. This is going to get good.
Well, I do want to be detained because we had this conversation before that a driver license.
So now I have nothing to detain you for. So
a driver license, insurance, and place is not a requirement. I have not committed a crime, so you had no reason to pull me over. And I hope your cameras...
Yes, sir, it is.
Okay, I'm going to need a copy of that, too.
Yes, sir.
All right.
All right. May you please sit back in the vehicle now?
Okay. But you just... Matter of fact, let me call my attorney. Because
Actually, now that you're out of the vehicle, I'm going to have you stay out, and we're going to go to the front of my car, okay?
For what? Because if you conduct an illegal search and seizure...
I'm not searching nothing.
Okay, so why am I stepping to the back of my vehicle?
Because...
See, you're doing a whole lot of things that's unconstitutional and against the law.
Okay.
He's doing a whole bunch of things that are unconstitutional. He can't tell you what those things are, and he can't tell you what parts of the Constitution he's breaking right now by asking him to step to the back of the car. The man has no insurance. He has a false plate, right, that just says private, that has not been issued by the state of Michigan. Okay. He claims that he didn't have a driver's license, but he produced it, right? And so now he's just saying that, that there's a bunch of illegal stuff going on. And we can't really determine what those things are. AK's POV says his car seat is all chewed up. Why you said it was chewed up? I mean, it is in bad condition. Okay. It is in bad condition. But why you said it was chewed up? AK's POV. I'm just curious. Okay. All right. Okay. Your friendly neighborhood cupcake said, "Hey, look, guys, spell unconstitutional." Oh, he's going to watch.
So why you have me step out of my vehicle?
Okay, now we're gonna go this way, please.
Okay, let's go.
All right, thank you. All right, I'm gonna have you I'm gonna make sure you don't got nothing on you, okay? All right. So now I'm gonna have you sit right here, please. Thank you. All right, and so just to be clear, you still do not have insurance on the vehicle?
No, I don't.
Okay. All right.
And you said you had me step back here for what now? I had me step out of my vehicle for what now?
So at first you told me that you did not have a driver's license on you, right? Which is a misdemeanor.
And that's a crime for you to have me step out of my vehicle. I committed a crime for you to pull me over, correct?
Your plate.
And that's a crime, correct?
It is the civil infraction. You didn't have a plate on the vehicle. It's an improper plate.
It's improper.
Yes,
so
sir.
The U.S. Supreme Court has not said that I do not need a plate, license, or insurance as long as I'm not functioning in commerce. Is this what you're saying?
Okay, so you have an improper plate on your vehicle, sir.
I'm asking, because see, when I take this into the courtroom and send it to the U.S. Supreme Court to show that
he's going to send this traffic stop in Battle Creek, Michigan. Now, Justin's mom, I think you said you've never been to Battle Creek, Michigan, but apparently in the eyes of the Supreme Court, Battle Creek is an important stomping grounds for legal jurisdiction, because he is going to send this bullshit straight to the Supreme Court of the United States of America for them to consider what the hell is going on and how this is illegal. Okay. Again, these people do not understand the way anything works with the law. That's right, Tanya B here. The Supreme Court. Okay. Yep. Your friendly neighborhood cupcake said, "Native, did I inherit some of your psychic powers? I've never seen this, and I'm up 2 points." Listen, this guy is. I mean, they basically all fall into the same category. Most of them do the same shit. Some of them are funnier than others. This guy is hilarious just because. Well, you'll see it. You'll see momentarily. Okay. Now, your friendly neighborhood cupcakes. If you can figure out what this guy is actually hiding, okay, behind his sovereign citizen bullshit, then yes, you've got all the psychic powers, okay? But I think you all are going to find this very interesting, why he is a sovereign citizen. Watch this.
Ignoring court rulings, then that gives me more ground to do what I'm going to do legal-wise.
So I'm asking
you, are you voiding a U.S. Supreme Court case ruling?
Do you have a preference on who tows your vehicle?
You want to tow my vehicle, knock yourself out. Because then I could charge you for that too, because my vehicle is...
That wasn't what he asked you. That's not what he asked you. Let's not get off the subject. He asked you, do you have a preference as to who tows your vehicle? They finna tow your shit, sir. They don't care about what you finna do in the court. They don't care about who you finna sue. He asked you a question.
Register as a secure party under UCC 1. So if you want to do anything you want to do what you feel like it.
Okay, do you have a preference on who tows it?
Whoever you want to have tow it.
Okay, so a vehicle to be on the roadway in the state of Michigan must have insurance, okay?
It does.
You told me it doesn't.
No, I'm telling you, this is what you're telling me, that you are avoiding a U.S. Supreme Court case ruling. Is this what you're doing?
Do you have insurance for the car?
No, I don't. See, he wrote me a ticket before. He knows this stuff already. He knows that we already have a hearing going on. So this is just compiling on to now harassment. Because we had this conversation once before when we was over there, and you said, yeah, I know, we got to go to court, and there's a reason why they haven't did the hearing yet.
Yes.
So I'm asking you, are you voiding a U.S. Supreme Court case?
So the first time that I stopped you, you had a plate on the vehicle. You don't. Now this is a completely improper plate. So that was the reason for the stop today.
Did the plate have tags on there? Because you stopped me because the tags was expired. So that, according to you, is that or is that not an improper plate?
This plate right here isn't a valid Michigan plate. So in Michigan, you have to have a plate. It has to be registered.
This is what I'm showing. This we've already went through before. U.S. Supreme Court says I do not have to have a license plate, driver license, or insurance to operate as long as I'm not operating in commerce. Did I not show you?
The U.S. Supreme Court does not say that. Now, again, there are official looking websites. There are official. This man has not seen anything from Reuters, the AP, or any other legitimate news site. Okay, that is not where he's getting this information from. Trust me. There is a site called. Let me see. What is this called? wearechange.org, right? wearechange.org is another one of these sovereign citizen sites that, you know, it looks legit, it looks real, it looks like they got legit information, and all of this shit is wrong in order to keep fueling the stupidity of these sovereign citizens. Okay, so that is where he's getting this from, and that's important too, because if I'm not mistaken, I think that's what he's going to show this guy in a minute. Watch this.
That ruling.
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
Nope. So hang tight with my partner, please.
Yeah. Okay.
Here's what I can tell you, and I'm not trying to be difficult. I've run into this plenty of times.
Mhm.
I've been an officer for 18 years here in Battle Creek, right? Run into this plenty of times. You do have to have a plate on your car. If the car's driving on the road, it has to have insurance. So those are violations. No.
He looking. He looking. Look at him. He's trying to find it. He's trying to find it.
So can you read this for me, please, sir?
See?
Well, so here's what
I'm trying to get y'all to.
If I pulled up the state law for Michigan that said you have to have your vehicle registered through the Secretary of State and it has to be insured in order to travel on the roadways, would that make any difference to you right now?
No, it wouldn't, because the U.S.
No, it wouldn't. But yet you want him to look at something on your phone and change his decision, even though if he looked up the actual laws on his phone, it wouldn't make a difference to you, right? Now, I wouldn't be surprised if Lil Bow Wow was in the back of this damn SUV. I'm just saying. I mean, he's not, but I wouldn't be surprised if Lil Bow Wow was in the back with the brat. Okay, all right, and he was on his way to go pick up Escape. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, this man is a spitting image of Jermaine Dupri. That's why I was like, I'm showing this one because we got big Jermaine Dupri on the screen. Okay, Daddy Dupri. Okay, watch.
Questions are already ruled, and that applies to a vehicle, not an automobile, and they are specific in their language. That's why I asked you to read this. That's why I'm asking him.
In 18 years, I've heard this argument a lot of times. Not once has it ever been overturned at what he's.
Not once has it ever been overturned. I actually saw an attorney that actually went over and looked and scoured to see if a sovereign citizen's argument has ever been overturned about not needing a license or a plate. It has not, which makes this even more insane. But listen.
What he's doing, not once has it been overturned at the state level for any case that I've ever been part of, where if somebody's driving without their vehicle registered, and we're talking here in Battle Creek, right?
Okay. Now let me ask you a question, because I do have a copy of you guys' oath and obligation. Are you not obligated to enforce the U.S. Constitution? Did you not take an oath to do that?
I sure did.
Does the U.S. Constitution not state that we are not required to have a license to operate a vehicle? On the words of Congress, that you cannot convert a privilege into a right, or a right into a privilege. Does it not say that in the U.S. Constitution?
So what this boils down to is an interpretation of the wording, and I'm just telling you, this is the instruction that we.
Y'all know what he's thinking in his mind? Do y'all know what he's thinking right now?
Aha! Aha!
That's what he's thinking. He like, I got you. Yeah. AK's POV said the same Jermaine Dupri who gets offended when people tell him he fumbled the Janet Jackson. Yeah, he said he's something worth fumbling too. AK's POV, that was one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard. Okay. Jermaine Dupri said, they say I fumbled Janet Jackson. Well, how you know Janet Jackson ain't fumbled me? Because you're Jermaine Dupri. I mean, that's pretty simple, right? I mean, it kind of like, you know, it kind of explains itself. You know what I mean? Some jokes don't need to be explained. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. I mean, I'm just, okay. All right. Anyway. Okay. All right. Let's listen. Maybe he's gonna make a good point. Who knows?
We have through our city attorney, right? This is the courts. We operate here in the state of Michigan, right? Under Michigan law. Michigan law requires you to have a plate and have your vehicle insured.
Now the next question is, does Michigan law supersede the U.S. Supreme Court? Or does Michigan law supersede the U.S. Constitution? See, this is the thing that I know what y'all are taught, right? But in the end, it's going to boil down to you guys are.
When do you?
Before the officer explains how stupid what he just said is, if the U.S. Supreme Court made a ruling that affected the laws in Michigan, in Florida, in California, in Idaho, in Maine, cross seas, in Florida, Alabama, then those laws would be filtered down to the local level. So there is no such thing as the Supreme Court made a ruling, and yet the people up in Michigan are just following whatever willy-nilly laws they want. That's not the way that the law works. If there is a change to legislation and it affects all states, as he's referring to, because what he's saying is that, oh, the Supreme Court made this ruling. They didn't. But he's saying that the Supreme Court made this ruling that I don't need a driver's license, I don't need a license plate, and I don't need to register my vehicle. But you all in Michigan are trying to supersede the Supreme Court. That's not the way that works. But sovereign citizens think that that is the way it works, and they think that that's what the police are doing when they pull them over. It's ridiculous.
That's not me being a smart aleck. When do you think that the end that it boils down to will be? Because it keep every end where something boils down to, like this same situation, in the end, when it all boils down, you are required to have a plate and insurance.
Okay, well,
so I don't know when.
It boils down to when you go into the courtroom, the court's like, you know what, we don't want to deal with this. We're not going to have a hearing on it. We're not going to even rule on it. So that way there's no record to prove that what you're saying is correct, because we know what the U.S. Supreme Court has ruled, and lower courts cannot, nor can a police officer or a peace officer change a ruling of a U.S. Supreme Court judge.
And so that ruling hasn't happened, right?
Hold on, officer. Officer. The officer said that ruling hasn't happened. That's literally the end of the damn argument. That is literally the end of the argument. There has not been the ruling that he's describing. That has not been ruled on by the Supreme Court, that you don't need a driver's license, that you don't need a license plate, and that you don't need to register your car. Okay? All right? Reed from Us Mom said only thing he has is a rented so deaf billboard on I-75. Look, Jermaine Dupree said, how y'all know that Janet Jackson ain't fumble me? That's what he said. Okay, Reed from Us Mom. He said that Janet Jackson, Janet Jackson, Michael Jackson's sister, the one that, Rhythm Nation, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, been on tour all over the place, worldwide, world renowned, Janet Jackson. He said, how y'all know she ain't fumble me? I'm Jermaine Dupree. I put out Escape and Crisscross and Lil Bow Wow. Mm-hmm. Yeah. How y'all know that she ain't that I ain't the one that got fumbled? That's what he said, Reed from Us Mom. Shit. I'm just saying. Make Beautiful ever said that billboard gone. I ain't seen it in a while. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyway, but yes, there has not been the ruling. And again, they get fed propaganda, right? They get fed the propaganda, and then when they get in these situations, they espouse the propaganda to people who have been trained in the law. Now, do the police know all the laws? Absolutely not. My nephew happens to be a police officer, and my nephew don't know all the god doggone laws, which I think is a damn shame, but that does happen, okay? But are they familiar with the basics? Driver's license, registration. Are they familiar with that? Yes. If that had changed, would that have been passed down to them? Absolutely. But not according to the sovereign citizens. But again, let's get to the root of why this man doesn't think that the laws apply to him.
We're still out here. That's why we're still out here enforcing this law.
You're enforcing it because you don't know it. So it's funny, right? Because if you go into when you go into the courtroom and the court's like, you know what, this is correct, and they dismiss the case. So what? But your guys are still enforcing it. So it's going to take like a major. And I'm not being because you're not being rude or
I wouldn't be
rude with
rude
me.
to you.
I'm not doing, and I don't want to go this route. But it's going to take a major lawsuit, a civil matter, in order for people to stop violating people's rights. Because you guys are not attorneys. You don't go to courts or go to law school to learn the law. Y'all only enforce penal codes, to which I can show you U.S. Supreme Court ruling in the states that all rules, regulations, and codes are for you guys and you guys alone, not for men, not for natural people, which is in clear language.
What about like the Supreme Court, like Pennsylvania versus Mims, and things where the Supreme Court has ruled like we can't have you step out of the car?
The cop is using. The cop got us. The cop got a damn Supreme Court case. Let's see how he reacts to some truth.
Okay, there has to be a crime being committed before you can have me step out.
Sure don't.
Terry v. Ohio, which is called a Terry stop.
That's different. That has to do with a search.
Terry v. Ohio has to do with searches. It does not have anything to do with stepping out the vehicle. The cop is right. I looked it up.
Okay, in order for you to conduct a search, you have to do what?
You have to have reasonable suspicion. Terry versus Ohio is about a pat down search.
Right, a search. So in order for you to,
but to have you step from
out,
a vehicle,
that means I have to be done something that caused suspicious for you to pull me over. Meaning that I have to be committed a crime.
So
you can't just
Pennsylvania versus Mims. Actually, the Supreme Court said we can have anybody step out of the car.
Okay, I'm gonna look that.
I'm gonna look that one up. Hold on. What he say, y'all? What he say? When he got an actual case that the cop cited because the cop does know the law. What did he say? Because
I'm pretty sure that before that there has to be a cause. You can't just.
We have to have a reason to stop you.
Right.
Which that plate is a valid reason to stop.
Is that a crime?
It's a valid reason to stop you.
Is it a crime?
It's a civil infraction. It's a violation. It's a violation of Michigan statute.
Is it a crime? Because you can't. A person can walk down the street and he looks suspicious, so I stopped him. So that really don't.
Is it a crime if you don't use your turn signal?
Is it a crime if you don't use your turn signal? So wrong.
I did use my turn signal.
No, I'm saying, is it that would be a crime?
Actually, no, it wouldn't be.
It'd be a civil infraction. It's
Again,
still
that's
valid.
why
it's still a valid stop.
Read this again.
With me on that?
I'm read this again. U.S. Supreme Court decisions. All codes, rules, and regulations are for governments. So, and government alone. So you are trying to enforce a what? A code, a penal code, an MCL, which is only for government officials, according to the U.S. Supreme Court, not the Supreme Court in some other state. Because every court.
Could I pull you over if you ran a stop sign?
Could you?
I'm asking.
I mean,
would it be a valid stop?
According to what y'all are taught, it would be. But according to what I just read, it's not a misinterpretation.
So think about it, y'all. This man is actually saying that he can run stoplights, he can run red lights, he can do whatever the fuck he wants to on the road, and none of it is an actual legitimate reason to stop his car. That is what he just said. That is what he is saying. That is what they believe. They believe they are above the law. And the problem that I have with this is not just that it's crazy and it's stupid and it makes them sound really dumb on the side of the road, but they're putting themselves in harm's way. We are familiar with the way that some police, not all, but some police react to things like this, right? And in most cases, it doesn't turn out well for a black man to argue on the side of the road with the police. I'm just saying, we can go by the history of the police in this country, and we know that this is not a good idea. Personally, when I get stopped by the police, right or wrong, I'm not arguing with them. I'm going to ask them what happened. They're going to tell me what happened. And if I feel like that's not what happened, I'm going to go to court. Because when it comes to me and the police, I am trying to get home alive. And I feel like this sovereign citizen thing puts us in harm's way behind malarkey and behind, now this is not one of the extreme cases. I am going to bring you all an extreme case soon, but the extreme case where they don't want to get out the car, where there are windows being broken, where they're being dragged and pulled out, those things can get out of hand on the side of the road. If you are such a legal scholar, Let these people ticket you, tow your car, and then you go to court and you fight it. That's what you do. You don't argue on the side of the road with the police. It's not a good idea. But wait, there's more.
What do you believe?
I believe in what I read. I believe in what the courts have already said and ruled on. Said there's a reason why they have ruled on it.
He said, I believe what I read. Let that sink in, okay?
And went this route about it because of this type of incident of going this way. Yeah. It's not my fault that y'all don't want to accept it, or you need to feel, or you feel like you need to be in control of things, or you feel like laws is here to govern when we are supposed to be self-governed.
I'm not arguing. I'm just wondering where you draw the line. Like on a civil infraction, say somebody was going 100 miles an hour down this road right here. Would that be a valid reason for me to stop you?
For you, yeah.
Would it for you? Do you think that's?
I mean, I would look at it as endangering someone's life.
But still, what's the law that was broke? It's still infraction. It's speeding. The speed limits are set up.
But again,
it's an MCL code.
Right, according to the U.S. Supreme Court. So that's something that y'all need to address with the U.S. Supreme Court.
No, I'm asking what your personal belief on that one.
I'm believing what I'm. This is what the court. I believe that as a private individual, that's self-governed. I'm not going to use the word that everybody else uses because nobody can explain why they are what this claim to be. But as a private individual, and this is by Hinkle versus Hill. As an individual, I do not have to open my doors to investigation. I don't have to talk to y'all or say anything as long as I'm not impeding on the rights of another human being. But as a corporation,
y'all ready? Are y'all ready? Hey, Bevy C, we are looking at a sovereign citizen today, and he's explaining all the rights and laws. Right? He self-governs. Right? Read from of mom. He's self-governed. Right? Right? AKSP. Okay, y'all ready? Y'all ready? Watch this. Watch this.
I'm not a corporation, then I do not have a right to refuse to open my doors because you're not talking to a corporation.
Mr. Williams?
Sir?
So just one thing I want to make you aware of too. So you are non-compliant on your sex offender registry. So
whoa, whoa, hold on, hold on. Mr. Self-Governed, Mr. I know the U.S. Supreme Court laws and statutes and yes, AK's POV. Yes, AK's POV. This man is an ex-offender. I just thought that I would leave this on the screen for a second so that you all can see what Mr. Self-Governed does in his spare time. Now, he just went over all the Supreme Court laws and all the, I have the right to do this and I have a right to do that. But look at Mr. Roosevelt LaShawn Williams on your screen. He has been non-compliant on his ex-offender registry. Yes, Toddy Jackson. Yes, Toddy Jackson. That's right, Jet Black Straight. That's right. That's right. Yeah. He self-governs. He self-governs, but he's non-compliant on his registry. So he has not registered as an ex-offender where he lives at right now. Yeah. Yeah. I am unique, so it sounds about right. Yeah. Oh, I couldn't wait to get to this part of the call. I couldn't wait to get to this part of the video because Mr. I know all the Supreme Court laws got humbled real quick when old boy comes back and lets him know that he's non-compliant on registering. Yep. Yeah. Well, he ain't really going to explain this, the woman he chose. Okay. He really ain't going to explain this. But I will say this, that this is typical when it comes to sovereign citizens that are pulled over. A lot of the time, you will find as we go over these videos, you will see that there's often something that they are trying to hide. There's a reason why they want to buck the system. They want to buck the system because oftentimes they have things like this that they are trying to hide and say that they are above the law. The man gave several examples of speeding, of running stop signs, that this man has said, no, that's fine. So that means that this man thinks that laws don't apply to him, which is why, oh, look, I'm also not going to comply with being an ex-offender. Okay? Okay? Uh-huh. That's right, X2 complicated. I'm gonna leave this on the screen, right? Because I believe that the public needs to know about people like Roosevelt LaShawn Williams, Mr. Sovereign Citizen, Mr. Ex-Offender, Mr. I didn't register in the neighborhood, to let people know that I am an ex-offender, so that way they can make sure to keep their children safe and away from me. Okay? Just want to leave them up here for a quick second. All right. I don't know how many of y'all go to Battle Creek. I don't know how many of y'all people know people in Battle Creek. I don't know, but I just want y'all to know that that's what this man, and I'm leaving him on the screen for a while. Okay. All right. Just saying. Just want y'all to be able to see this man. That is what he is. All right. I ain't making this shit up. That is what he is. Okay. I feel good now. Let's move on.
I've already talked to them.
I would just probably try and get that.
Okay, yeah, I've already talked to them. They know that I am on disability, so therefore they're supposed to be taking care of that.
Okay, we just wanted you to know. We ain't saying nothing about you being, we ain't saying nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? We ain't saying nothing about that. You just got to comply, sir. Yeah, you just need to apply. Okay. Criminal actual conduct in the 3rd degree. Okay.
Let people know.
Okay.
So, and then I did issue 2 citations today. Okay.
No insurance.
For no insurance and improper plate.
Okay. That's fine.
Both of those tickets are misdemeanor in nature, so you'll have to go to court for those.
And we already have one in the court pending, so I just add this to it. But I like how you never answered the question of, are you avoiding?
Listen, please listen. Because I am towing your vehicle, okay, I'm going to inventory your vehicle. Is there anything I'm going to find in there?
So you're towing my vehicle?
Yes, sir.
Knock yourself out.
Is there anything I'm going to...
Nope. I got to make sure. I got to see what I got in there.
Okay. Is there anything that shouldn't be in there that I
No.
would... No. Okay. All right. I'll just have you hang back with while I do that, and then we're going to wait for the tow truck, and then you'll be on your way.
And where's my vehicle being towed to?
Buds and Pound.
Buds and Pound.
Or
okay.
you can pay to have it towed to your residence.
And how much is that?
That I don't know.
Okay. And how long is this going to take?
That I don't. It depends on when Buds gets here.
All right.
And in all honesty, it don't have to take long. I mean, my thing is this: is it worth it? You know what I mean? Like when I look at these videos and I listen to their explanations and listen to all the stuff that they go through with these police, is it worth it? Like, would it be worth it to you to go through all this? Like, instead of just getting a plate, getting a driver's license, registering the vehicle, right? Now he's going to have his car towed. He got to pay to get it towed to his house or pay to get it out of impound. He's got to go to court. He's got to pay the fines. He still has to get a driver's license anyway, right? I mean, so is it worth all of this for some bullshit that you read on the internet, or some bullshit that you heard at the barbershop, or some bullshit that somebody told you at the family reunion? You know what I mean? Like, is it worth this? To me, it's not. But I mean, what do I know?
They should be here within 30 minutes.
All right.
That's part of their contract.
I'm for that field day with this. I really am.
I don't necessarily understand where you're coming from, but I hear you.
Okay.
All right? I hear you.
Sir. I need to get my keys out of my vehicle and secure my vehicle. Is that all right?
I can grab your keys for you. Where they're in the ignition.
They're in ignition. Roll my windows up and lock my doors.
Okay.
Can you leave the ignition key so that Buds doesn't just
I'm
drag
going
it
to
up
be.
there?
I'm going to be here because I'm going to pay whatever it is to have my vehicle towed.
They are not in the ignition, sir.
Yep, I got them on.
There you go.
Yep.
You're up ready.
Yep.
I guess being an ex-offender, you forget where you put your keys at, huh?
Oh, man.
from my vehicle.
Yes, sir. The plate is not legal to be on the roadway, so it's
Knock
an
yourself
improper-
out. Go ahead. Because the Fourth Amendment clearly states that you cannot take private property without just compensation. I'm letting you know.
Okay.
And all this is being recorded, so knock yourself out. And your oath is what? That you have an obligation to uphold and enforce the
You're good, take
Constitution.
plate.
What you asking them for? You already made, sir. I'm asking you, baby.
I'm helping. You know what? I know we can take an improper plate that's a Michigan, that's a Secretary of State issued plate. I don't know if we can take that plate.
Okay. We'll leave your plate.
Just like you cannot
can
take
call
that
him.
vehicle. But
Well,
I'm finna have.
he can tow the vehicle.
He can tow the vehicle, right?
Yep.
Just like
But I
I'm
don't know
finna-
about the plate.
Just like I have a copy already here. I know I have a copy of his bond, Kristen
license
Field.
plate
So I'm
In my opinion, I think they should be able to take the plate. What do y'all think? Do y'all think that they should be able to take his fake ass plate? Because the plate is not real. I feel like they should be able to take that fake ass plate off of the car. The officer that's here says that they can only take a Michigan plate that is improper. What y'all think? Because I think they should be able to take it. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But you know, so wrong is gonna give some ridiculous ass explanation. Listen,
for to snatch that, and I'm finna start placing liens on your property. Let's see how you like that. See, that's what this is for the boy down to.
there's no lien placed on the officer's property. Spoiler alert! I know. Spoiler alert! I know y'all thought maybe that he, was able to put liens on. Look how you looking. Your friendly neighborhood cupcakes. Look at your leprechaun. Look at your leprechaun. I'm just saying. He think look at him. He just, I'm going to get your liens on your property. It's yeah. I think so too. Reefer Most Mom. I think they should take the plate. Because I feel like it's kind of the same thing with a fake ID. Hey Prima Wanda, how are you? I feel like it's the same as a fake ID. If the police catch you with a fake ID, they will confiscate the ID. I feel like if you put a fake plate on your vehicle, they should be able to confiscate that as well. But I don't know. And apparently the cops are having a little bit of a debate about it too. But here's somebody that we know doesn't know the answer. It's so wrong. Okay.
All because you want to try to act like you're something that you're not. You're not a police officer. You're a peace officer.
He's a police officer, sir. You see what I'm saying? Like everything with these people is words, like they mince words. Everything with them is like, you don't know the meaning of this. I do. You're not a police officer. You're a peace officer. No, they are the fucking police. It says it on the car. It says it on their uniform. They're the police, sir. They are the police.
Learn who you are and learn who you're dealing with when you're dealing with citizens, private citizens. And since you want to go there, and I know this is being recorded because I get the copy of that, you're dealing with a sovereign citizen. You do know what that is, right? Right? Oh, don't. And you never answered the question. Are you voiding?
He doesn't have to answer your questions.
Do you have jurisdiction or authority to void a U.S. Supreme Court case ruling? You never answered that. Why is that?
Because he doesn't have to answer your questions.
Again, where we're playing with words.
No, I'm not playing with words.
Well, it is. What he's doing right now is enforcing Michigan state law.
Right, but the U.S.
And
Supreme Court supersedes to
what-
which all
what
of y'all
you're
are bound by. Are you or are you not?
We're bound by the Constitution, yes. But here's the thing.
Are you not bound by U.S. Supreme Court rulings? Are you not?
Are there a lot of rulings that say you have to follow the Michigan state law?
Why is nobody answering this question? Are you or are you not bound by U.S. Supreme Court case rulings?
We're talking about two different things here.
No,
Yes, we are.
Okay, that's all I want to know.
Are you or are you not bound by Michigan state law?
According to the U.S. Supreme Court, no, I'm not. I am a private individual. I'm not a corporation.
So according to the U.S. Supreme law, according to the U.S. Supreme Court, he does not have to follow the rules of Michigan. This is some dangerous ass thinking. If you think about it, he's saying that he does not have to follow any of the laws of Michigan, which means he can do anything he wants to, apparently, including violate somebody's body. Okay? Yeah. I lost so much respect. Like, not that I had a whole lot going into the video, but when I found out about the whole sexual assault thing, offender thing, all bets are off the table for this guy because he really does think that he's above the law, and that's the type of thinking that that he has, that Ernesto has, that people like them, they think that they can do whatever the fuck they want to whoever they want to, and there's no consequence. That's what really drives me crazy about these people.
Michigan Penal Code, that's why y'all refuse to read what people give y'all to read. These are U.S. Supreme Court cases, and I'm going to keep saying this because I like it to be a report. So you not have no plausible deniability of saying we didn't know what I'm telling you. But you, Bailey, this has nothing to do with you. I've dealt with him before, and he already knows this. He knows that we have something going on in court, but you want to act like you don't know. But since you don't know, then we're gonna go your route. We're gonna do this your way, and then you're gonna hate me even more. Oh, he's a smart.
I don't hate you at all.
You gonna? Because then when you can't explain to your girlfriend, wife, or your children why he's not taking our property because you didn't uphold or follow the oath that you took as an officer. I, Christian Fields, have taken an oath to uphold and follow the U.S. Constitution, state constitution, Michigan Constitution. I will not do what? Violate this. But here it is, you're doing what? So therefore, that makes my claim against your bond, what? And it's all on camera. I didn't know. He told me.
Yes, AK's POV, he is, damn it. Okay? Along with everything else. Shit. Prima Wanda says, why don't these idiots leave the country if they don't want to abide by the laws of our country? I think y'all's presidents acts as a sovereign citizen. Prima Wanda, they don't think that this country... See, here's the deep... This is where it gets deep, Prima Wanda. Some of them actually don't believe that this is America. Some of them actually believe that America is Morocco. All right? And I'm going to bring y'all some of these Moorish sovereign citizens. I'm going to bring y'all some of them so you can see what I'm talking about. So what we're talking about is that people that they believe that they are in the United States, but they are not citizens of the United States. And that is the reason the laws don't apply to them, is because they themselves are sovereign from this citizen. It's like they have succeeded from being a citizen of the United States. And that's what he is stating. He is a sovereign citizen. He lives here, but he is sovereign. He does not consider himself a U.S. citizen. So according to them, Prima Wanda, they don't have to leave the country. They can be in the country, be sovereign, and the laws don't apply to them. Make that shit make sense, but that's what they believe. So therefore, therefore, they don't have to leave because they're not U.S. citizens. They're sovereign citizens. And even though this man is getting disability from the state of Michigan, right? Make that make sense. He does not consider himself to be a sovereign citizen. Now, for me, I feel like if you consider yourself to be a sovereign citizen and you getting disability, I'm going to cut off your disability because that is saved specifically for the citizens of Michigan. I mean, I'm following his logic, right? According to his logic, he should not be able to receive disability because he is not a citizen of the United States. I'm just saying. But that's how that works, Prima Wanda.
All right, we can find out from them what it would cost to have it.
No
Where would you want it?
I was just going right around the corner. You know when we had our conversation that once before when your other partner pulled me over and you pulled up and tried to talk to me like...
Let me ask you. How would you be able to pay for that?
Right, it's going to be with a card.
With a card?
Yeah.
With a card that is linked to a U.S. bank. With a U.S. bank that he applied to get an account with by using his U.S. ID. Okay? So he's paying with a card. Now, this is where all their logic falls apart when it comes to things like banking. When you apply for a bank account, they ask you for ID. They ask you for ID that is a U.S. ID, and it has to be valid. So in order for him to get a bank account, which he has his card linked to, he needs a U.S. ID, and you only get a U.S. ID if you are what? A U.S. citizen. So again, their logic falls apart on its face when you look at the other things around them that are connected to who they are and where they're from. That's why this whole thing is stupid.
Oh my goodness, you are hilarious. You know that? Yeah, I'm breathing like that too.
It's cold.
Is it? Sit in your vehicle. I'm not going nowhere. I'm not going nowhere. Nowhere but straight over there to the, what's that, risk management? And say, here's another one to add that to that. And if your bond is what, you bonded for $1 million, so how much you think this for the cost you? I know. Oh, you thought about tell me about my sex offender that was going to stop me from or deter me?
It was just informative. That's all.
I didn't know.
It was just letting you know and letting the world know on this cop cam who you are and what you are about. That's what that was, okay? And the fact that you're bringing it up again, see, the fact that he's bringing it up again, y'all, lets you know that he has no shame, lets you know that he has that he does think that he's above the law and he can do whatever the hell he wants to. Because see, that should have been a shut the fuck up moment, but he's bringing it back up. The police didn't bring it back up. The police was just letting him know that he was in non-compliance. But he wants to bring it up again because, you know, he has zero shame.
I already know this.
I didn't know that. How am I supposed to know?
There's a lot
Until
that
I
you
tell
don't know,
you.
but you're going to find out.
Right? You don't know until you know.
Right. Right. Bring me out a receipt, correct?
And send it to you.
Well, I'm gonna need this. Okay, I'll go to the library.
Or I'm saying, or you like you can call up our dispatch.
No, I'm gonna need a receipt now.
Okay.
So yeah.
Hold on, I gotta take pictures and put the information.
Do your job.
Not do his job?
No, I'm not. Right now, I'm trying to remain civilized and I take out something on people that has nothing to do with it.
I appreciate that.
No problem.
I don't have to put that plate up.
Oh, and matter of fact, so you guys can take vehicles that's belong to other people's?
Clear up your question so I answer. I'm
So
not trying to.
my vehicle is still registered as I am the registered secure party of this vehicle as a lien holder, right? So the title is still not even in my name.
Okay.
So
Yeah. The reason why it's being towed is because it's not legal to be on the traveling on the roadway like it was.
according to y'all,
Yes.
okay,
That's the reason.
okay.
So
Well, not according
Who
to
is-
y'all, but because if that was the case, why you didn't do it the first time we gave you a ticket?
Because you
Second
told me
time.
you had just gotten the vehicle. You said you just
No, I
picked it up
didn't.
from
I
Benton
showed you. Okay, so what was the excuse for the second time when you stopped?
That
when
was
you
my
told me?
partner. That was not me.
Why you didn't take it then?
Because it's his traffic stop. It's not
his
mine.
traffic.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Just like it's my traffic stop right now,
Okay.
right? So,
Okay.
yep, that's why. But you had told me that you just bought the vehicle, or not bought, I'm sorry. You were the lien holder and you just picked it up from Benton Harbor. And
Ben Harbor, or did I say Battle Creek?
Or you came from Benton Harbor from
You
Battle
can't even
Creek
get your
something.
lie together. The
My
title,
lot-
may I grab the title of my vehicle, please? Because see, when you run it, and that's something else. So my license, driver's license, and my home address, I know.
Ms. Unique said, "What woman would want to be with this crazy man?" Ms. Unique, that's the reason why he's a sex offender. Okay, I just wanted to answer your question. Okay. That's the reason why he has been charged with what he's been charged with, because no woman actually wants to be with him, so he forces himself onto people. Okay, I'm just saying. Prima Wanda says, "What an idiot! He reminds me of my sister-in-law." Oh no. Oh no. Val Baby, September 21st, Virgo celebrates 8 months of membership. Happy to be a part of this family. Yes, indeed, Val Baby. I'm so happy that you are a part of this family. I could not be happier. Y'all, in the midst of all this foolishness, we got to remember milestone. Look, y'all ain't think y'all was gonna be dancing during the daytime, huh? Y'all ain't think so, right? But we got a member milestone, and it is Val, baby. Thank you so much for being a part of the family for 8 whole months. Yes, indeed. Bevy C says, Battle Creek, isn't that where we get our Kellogg Frosted Flakes? That is the address that's on my Kellogg box. Let's hope he don't have nothing to do with that. Mr. Grabby Hands over here. Let's hope that let's hope he don't have nothing to do with the damn Kellogg's people, okay?
What it is. So where in the hell is you get as my place of residence?
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
But see, so now we got falsifying documents by an officer. Because I gave you my driver's license to have my I like you.
Okay.
I'm finna grab my title out of my vehicle.
That's right. Nothing that we can say will change his mind, so just be professional, do your job. That's all there is to it. So.
Kingdom of Kush.
So is
Good
that
day,
a crime?
sir.
For not knowing where your address is?
No. For falsifying and putting down false information. Especially when I already gave you my driver's license, right? That has the correct address. Secretary of State. I went to Secretary of State and asked them to verify with my address.
Yeah.
For you for
populates. What is it? Are we talking about this one?
Yeah.
To me, this is so not worth any of this. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, it is just, I would rather. I found out, let me tell y'all something. I found out about sovereign citizens back in 2019, right? And I was just kind of reading up on it, and I'm like, what? Like, wait, is this real? And I kept trying to figure out like where this all was coming from because I had never heard of any of this before, right? And I know with the people that I know that if there was a way that you could drive without a driver's license or registration and didn't have to pay for insurance, I would have heard about it by now if that was a legit thing. And I just remember thinking to myself, like, this can't be legit. And then the more I started going down that rabbit hole, I realized that it was not. And it really wasn't until, like, we started doing cop cams that I realized that there were sovereign citizen cop cams that show what all they go through with the police on the side of the road. And y'all, it is not worth this bullshit. It's just not. When if you think about it, if he would have just registered his car, even if you got an expired plate, right? We're talking about a ticket, a citation, or whatever, and you're on your way. But to go through this, to get your car towed and impounded and all this other craziness over something that could have been a fine, is ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I'm just saying,
Yeah, that auto populates when we run your driver's license.
I called the police department because I asked the dispatcher.
She's an introvert.
Where's they getting the information from? Because she's supposed to send the officer back out here to talk to me because she's like, well, if that's what your driver's license
I believe
is.
that comes through the Secretary of State.
So I just went to the Secretary of State and they said that's what they have. It's this address on there. So we're going to find out where you getting this address from.
Sir,
and falsifying the document.
If you don't mind, that's you, correct?
Avenue, Benton Harbor, Michigan.
What is
Let
that?
me see what's on here.
I'm trying to help you right now. If you just want to let me show you something.
You didn't give me enough help. Thank you. I asked you where you getting this information from that you putting the wrong address on my stuff.
Someone else had put it in there. It wasn't me, but.
Oh, look at that. What address is on there? And this is at the Secretary of State. What's the address that's on there? So where in the hell is you getting your information from? And don't say somebody else because you just wrote the ticket.
So
did nobody else write the ticket? Yeah, auto-populates.
Yes, sir.
So why the dispatcher didn't know auto-populates? Why the people at the courthouse don't know that y'all is auto-populating? Why is the Secretary of State saying?
I don't know what point he's trying to prove right now. I really don't. Ms. Unique says there are classes for this. People pay for it. People pay. Now this I didn't know. Now here's what I did know, Ms. Unique. I do know that there are kits that you can purchase that will give you a private plate, will give you this thing that you put outside your window for the police that says, if you pull me over, this is a private vehicle, blah, blah, blah. I know that you can buy like a kit for like $400, right? I did not know that there are classes that people will pay for and sit and learn this stuff. That's news to me. I had no idea. And whoever's doing that is really, really, really getting over on people, for real.
that y'all don't know
That's
know about the auto population.
That's something you can take up with court. This is still you. It's still got your driver's license number. If the address is incorrect on it, that's more so we can mail something to if we would have to. But either way, I want to hold this gentleman up right
All
here.
right, let me go ahead and pay you real quick.
Oh, real quick, name. I just need name and number real quick.
Roosevelt, not Roosevelt, two
Sorry.
O's. Roosevelt Williams.
You said that's that.
I think when you wrote,
R-O-O-S-E
I think
V-E
that auto populates from
L-T.
Secretary of State, don't it?
That's name.
Williams.
It depends on if they already have an RMS profile,
Otherwise, it would put it in from RMS.
and that's where it came from.
112.
So we would always want to verify and make sure we put in the address that's like their current
Okay, you said
registered
100 or
address.
something just before, right around the corner?
Yes, it is, because en route from Marshall here.
Okay, don't worry. I'm just asking.
Yeah,
You gonna pay me for it, so it don't make a difference.
I know you're right. Just saying, do it. Work out here, whatever.
This is simple. You took a simple, leave me alone, and turn it into I want your whole public hazard bond. That means bond that y'all bonded for. Need that. And plus his property. Since you want to mess with something that belongs to me, this is mine. I paid for this. This is a private vehicle. This is not nothing in commerce, but now is it possible to do a split payment? Because I don't know if the whole 176 is on there, like 170 there, and then a payment from another car.
Mary Willis, you are correct.
You just K9 unit? Is it possible?
I am K9.
Right, no, I'm saying you're not a sergeant or nothing, right?
I'm corporal.
Okay, I should have asked for a sergeant or a sheriff or even state police, but I don't feel like going to it.
What's the zip on the car?
Usually it's the sheriffs is who the sovereign citizens recognize their authority because
Right, and this
he's
like
elected.
I said, I didn't. Right, so you already know.
I'm telling you, this ain't my first.
I know. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
they didn't have my funds.
It did.
Did not.
And here's another thing about sovereign citizens. What they just said is correct. They always ask for the sheriff because they believe that the sheriff knows more information about sovereign citizens than the cops that are on the beat that are just, riding around. They believe that the sheriff will come and save them. And not one time has a sheriff ever came and saved a sovereign citizen. I'm just saying.
So, due for 150.
Oh.
Hey. Yeah, I did. Guess what? I just made me some more money today. They're sitting here towing my vehicle, right? So I'm finna pay them $176 to have it towed, right? And then after I get back in it and head to the courthouse, I'm going to start, because I was trying to wait till I got heard on the ticket, because I was going to use the ticket that he already wrote me and use it as clear, to prove my prima facie case in the courtroom. But now I'm going to go ahead and file a harassment claim and see what's the immediate thing I go ahead and start against this bond. Because it's the same officer. We'd already had this conversation, so now I have enough grounds to establish harassment. Yep, talking about my plate. Now keep in mind, and it's crazy, I just thought about it. They said they've been through this before, so they already know. So there's no problem with not doing it. They will not. They refuse to answer the question about if they're trying to overrule the U.S. Supreme Court case ruling, to which they're all bound by. To which I do not have them on camera, but I can subpoena to get a copy of the thing showing that I gave them notice. They do know that they violate my constitutional rights, that they took an oath to uphold. So I'll just call and let you know that I'm for the.
Now, whoever the hell he's talking to is just as dumb as him, right? whoever the hell he is talking to at this very moment is as dumb as him, if not dumber.
No, you are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
Like, for real. I mean, because the way he's explained, yeah, I just made me some more money today. I just made me some more money. Uh-huh. Yeah. That the correct AK's POV. Yes. Harassment. That's right. From an ex-offender. Yes, that's the irony of the whole thing, right? Jane says, I hate him. Ms. Unique says, I hate to admit it, but he reminds me of my older brother, rest in peace, who would never shut his fucking mouth. Yep. I think we all know a guy like this, don't we? Don't we? I know I do.
I don't know if I want to do this myself or had an attorney. I want his house. I want his bank account. I want everything.
But Kingdom of Kush, can you imagine you feel entitled to someone's house, their bank account, everything because you didn't register your car, you don't have a legit plate, and you refuse to show your driver's license, and you also are in violation of not registering as an ex-offender in your neighborhood? Can you imagine? I mean, can you imagine? I'm just saying. Primo Wanda, thank you so much for the super chat. Primo Wanda says, thanks for educating me. I didn't know this existed until you started talking about it. God, the Lord is sovereign. Yes, correct, Primo Wanda. But yes, this exists. And I think that it's important to understand that this exists, right? Because again, we're talking about people that think that they are above the law, that the law does not apply to them. And like I just said, this man thinks that because he broke the law and because he has not registered his vehicle, that he is entitled to go after this cop for this cop's living and for this cop's house, and for he feels entitled that they owe him something because he didn't do what he was supposed to do. These people exist, Primo Wanda. They do, and I'm going to bring you more. Yep, I'm going to bring you more. No problem, Primo Wanda. Thank you so much for the super chat, okay? AK's POV says his house, his bank account, the man spends a lot of time in court wasting taxpayer money. I've seen his history. Oh, you have? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Well, we're going to see some more of his courtroom act. We're going to see his court act, how he acts with a judge, okay?
Really?
The other one, you card payment or cash?
The other one's going on the card.
Just let you know that is another $3 charge.
It don't matter.
So that's $29. What's left over?
Okay. Let me take care of this real quick and I'll give you a call back in 10 minutes.
1106 dispatch. Can I get a complaint number?
Okay, all right. Well, I'll be up there in a minute. All right.
Hey, Mr. Williams.
Sir?
You're a grown man, so I can't tell you what to do. But if you drive it again, you could get pulled over again. You could get the same tickets again, and the vehicle would be towed again. Well, we could have this towed to the impound lot, and then you would have to get it registered and insured before it would be released to you. Which I'm not trying to.
Now, because Smarty Pants over here doesn't understand what just happened, he literally just said to whoever he was talking to on the phone, okay, whether it was Sonia or Clinton or Quentin or whoever the fuck, he just said that he was about to get the car towed to his house and then drive the car. He said that in front of the police. So now, as a courtesy, the officer is explaining to him, I just heard you say you were going to drive the car. And if that happens, we can have the car towed and impounded until you cannot get the car back until you have properly registered the car with insurance. He's doing this as a courtesy. Shout out to Battle Creek cops. I don't know if Battle Creek, Michigan just has really patient police. I don't know. But shout out to these particular officers for trying to be as accommodating and cordial to this man as they can. They have been extremely civil.
which I'm not trying to do, but if you're gonna drive it on the road, we're forcing that Michigan state law. It's got to be registered. So I know you're gonna tow it back to your house. I just wanted to tell you, like, if you're gonna be driving it again, you probably get pulled over again. I ain't trying to go through this again.
Well, Bailey, between me and you see me, you don't see me. That's what a lot of other officers have been doing. That's what he had been doing till today. Because I had two of y'all behind me this morning.
Okay. And well, I'm not saying that it's for sure going to happen, but I'm saying it's very well a possibility it could happen again.
Okay, because even if I just take my plate off, right, and even though that the title is still, I still have a day to transport or move my vehicle from one place to another place.
When you purchase it?
It's not in my name. I'm just a lien holder on there.
I know.
So I can
All
go.
I'm saying is that would work if you bought it today and drove it somewhere, but if you're driving it tomorrow and you say you just bought it and drove it, that ain't gonna work.
I know.
All right.
But I'm saying, listen, I'm very, should I, from our conversation, I'm very well versed with the laws. Well versed. Just because y'all don't agree with what y'all hear, or you guys don't step into the courtroom to find out what actually goes on in the courtroom, like right now, if I was going to a courtroom and one of my brothers is sitting up on that bench, because I'm a third-degree master mason, and so we could clear that courtroom out and y'all never know what's going on in that courtroom. And just because there's no ruling.
Y'all, I want y'all to see, I don't know if y'all caught this or not. Look at what the closed caption thought he said. This is what the closed caption thought he said. What he actually said was, he said, "I'm a third-degree master mason." Okay, when I just thought this was hilarious. Hold on, watch.
Just because y'all don't agree with what y'all hear, or you guys don't step into the courtroom to find out what actually goes on in the courtroom, like right now, if I was going to a courtroom and one of my brothers is sitting up on that bench, because I'm a third-degree master mason.
He said, "I'm a third-degree master mason." And these people said, Mistress Monica, the closed caption says, "I'm a third-degree masturbation." I don't know what the hell that is, but yes, shout out to closed caption. Yes.
And so we can clear that courtroom out and y'all never know what's going on in that courtroom. And just because there's no ruling or proof of it, that don't mean that it didn't take place.
Now he's saying that there's no ruling, that it happened behind some third-degree masturbation curtain. Okay, so they closed the curtain for the third-degree masturbation, clear the courtroom, and all kind of masturbation happens where the laws get changed. Okay, that's what So Wrong is saying.
All right.
So, like I said, I respect you to the utmost. You didn't give me no problem, no harassment. He wanted to be a dick, told my vehicle. Like I said, this is not the first time, because you don't like the fact that I know something that you know that I know, and you don't want to acknowledge it. You don't want to answer questions that's now you out in public. That's going to be made public, because when I get a host of the recording, I'm most definitely putting it on TikTok, YouTube, and every place.
Okay.
Create a even bigger.
You got a channel?
Not yet.
All right.
I use my
Mistress Monica, I don't know.
My commercial account.
I've never heard of such a thing. I don't know.
Accounts. Even if I put it on there, I stand up. But whatever I put on there, there's nothing that can be done about it, because it's covered under the freedom of speech. So if I put you guys on here doing a traffic stop, illegally violating my constitutional rights.
Oh, Lord. Listen, we got some good news, y'all. Pretty Philly Babe, thank you so much for the super chat. Pretty Philly Babe says, "Hey, Native, I'm late, but I wanted to share that my son just received an offer to play basketball at Florida Gulf Coast." Okay. I know nothing about the school, but immediately thought of you. Florida Gulf Coast. Now, I'm not going to lie. Now, Y'all know I am Florida State to the bone gristle, right? That's my school. But I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Florida Gulf Coast University is actually a very good school. It's located in Fort Myers, Florida. Okay. And they have a very, very good athletic program. They have a very good basketball program. And if I'm not mistaken, a few years ago, they actually made it pretty deep into the NCAA tournament. So yeah, no, it's a really really good school, and I would say that in order for your son to get an offer there, he has to be a pretty good athlete. So y'all, we got somebody that is got a college athlete, right? That is going to college at a very very good college. Florida Gulf Coast is good. Congratulations. Congratulations to you, pretty Philly babe. I'm proud of him for making it. I mean, that's pretty good. Hopefully he can keep up those books and those grades and make it as far as he possibly can. So that is amazing news. That is amazing news on a Wednesday. And look, I'm gonna tell you what, he is going to enjoy that weather. All right, he is definitely going to enjoy that weather. Okay, so yeah, that's awesome. That's freaking awesome. That's freaking awesome. Now here's the thing. Now this transfer thing and these NIL deals. Your son might have an opportunity to go some other places. So just make sure that to let him know that he can keep his options open. All right, just because that's where he's getting an offer to. If he gets there and he sees something else somewhere else that might actually put some money in his pockets, that's also a thing now with college athletics. So congratulations, and I hope that he makes it as far as he wants to go. Okay. Your friendly neighborhood cupcake says, "You hear that, Nesto? Her baby's going to college." That's right, college, not Job Co. Okay. I don't even know if Job Co got a basketball team. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know. Maybe they do. Who knows?
You can post it.
Yeah.
I ain't arguing that. We get people post stuff. We get posted all the time. Yeah. I just wasn't sure if you had a chance.
No, God tried to give me this site called Swift. Oh, let me run in here and get this.
All right,
real
you do
quick.
your thing.
All right.
Right in the puddle.
I mean, if it starts and runs, I could move it, but
I don't know that I would.
yeah. Yeah.
Hello, Vader, you guys all set?
All right. Anything else?
I don't need anything else.
All right.
All right, sir.
You have a good day.
Yeah, you too.
Now, let's get into the court proceedings, okay? And the judge that he's going to go into, I can't think of his name off the top of my head, but this judge does deal with a lot of sovereign citizens. This judge is very patient in explaining the law to these sovereign citizens. And in all honesty, this clip is where I first saw this guy. Like I said, this was my first time seeing the cop cam, but I saw the court proceeding before I saw the cop cam. So I want you all to really pay attention. Now, we went over what the law actually says. Then we went over the cop cam where he's espousing what he thinks the law says and these fake U.S. Supreme Court rulings and all this other stuff, right? So now he is on Zoom court with an actual judge who's going to make him look even more foolish. Watch this.
Only question I have is, will the laws of the U.S. Supreme Court be applicable, and the federal statutes and definitions of motor vehicle and automobile be applicable in this proceeding?
Now, why he thinks that a judge is going to say, no, I'm not going to follow the U.S. Constitution. I'm not going to follow the U.S. Supreme Court. Why he thinks that a judge would say that, I don't know. But This is the way that they usually start.
They are the state of Michigan laws that will be applicable.
Okay. The other question is, are you already not bound by U.S. Supreme Court rulings?
Every court is bound by relevant Supreme Court rulings.
Okay. I did inform Officer Kelly that I am not operating a motor vehicle, but I am operating an automobile. I did inform Officer Kelly of the ruling of Rodriguez v. Ray Donovan, U.S. Department of Labor, 769 Federal 2nd,
Wait.
1344.
Y'all heard he said, right? Y'all heard he said. He said that the case that he cited was from the U.S. Department of Labor. Okay. This is what I say when I say that the things that they cite are out of context. He is citing that he just said out of his own raggedy ass mouth. He just said that it is from the Department of Labor. Yes, AKSPOV. That's what he said. Listen.
U.S. Supreme Court's decision has ruled that all codes, rules, and regulations are for government authorities only and not for human creators. In accordance with God laws, all codes, rules, and regulations are unconstitutional and lacking due process.
All right, I'm going to interrupt you just for a second. Are you telling me that a case at 769 Fed 2nd 1344 indicates that all laws are unconstitutional?
All codes, rules, and regulations. Yes, sir. Rodriguez v. Ray Donovan. And if I'm not mistaken.
And you said that was Department of what?
U.S. Department of Labor.
Okay, U.S. Department of Labor.
The U.S. Department of Labor.
Stop it. Get some help.
I'm just saying, like, what the U.S. Department of Labor. Yeah, yes.
No, you are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
I mean, for real. Like, okay. All right. Yeah. Yes. The U.S. Department of Labor
Doesn't publish decisions in the Fed 2nd.
Okay,
can you tell me a little bit more about the case? What was that issue in the case?
It was regarding what we're discussing here, the requirements of a driver's license and the need when it's required to have one, stating that when you're not operating commerce, to which I informed the officer that I am not operating commerce as stated in USC 18 USCA 31 paragraph A6 states that a motor vehicle, the term of motor vehicle meaning every description of carriage, contrivance, propelled or drawn or mechanical powered and used for commercial purposes. This is what Title 18 USCA Section 31A6 states or defines as a motor vehicle, to which I am not operating in commerce. I'm not using
for the purposes of that particular chapter of the United States Code. It would not control what happens in terms of the Michigan legislature defining in Chapter 257 what a motor vehicle is, and an automobile under Michigan law is a motor vehicle. But okay, continue.
Right, it's a motor vehicle, which is described as anything, even by the Michigan compliance statute of 751, which you just stated, is determined as something that's transporting goods, which I'm not transporting goods.
I understand your position, and I can tell you that position doesn't happen to be legally correct. But go ahead.
So you're basically stating that there's a misinterpretation of what's in black and white?
No, I'm telling you that you have misinterpreted the application of 18 USC 31A6 and 769 F 2nd or Fed 2nd 1344.
Okay,
but
well, I see what
I've heard your
going,
argument.
So there will be no further arguments because I see that you're not going to agree to, because like I said, I've given it to you, the cases where they're like Shapiro v. Thompson, where the
see, and they keep this is what they do. They keep going. So now his thing now, because remember when he was talking to the cops, oh, I'm going to say, don't worry about it. I'm about to get your house. I'm about to get your bank account. I'm about to get all your, I'm about to put a lien on all. Okay, but he can't even get past the damn judge. He can a local judge so far is owning him at this moment, right? So now he doesn't want to deal with the judge. He wants to deal with the appellate court because he's going to appeal this. Listen to how much the fines are and tell me if this is worth it. Again, is this worth all of this shit? Watch.
U.S. Supreme Court has said that this a driver license is not a requirement. That this is you're trying to convert a right into a privilege, which is covered by Article 1, Section 8.
I'll ask you this: is that right? The right to travel?
That is a right to travel, convey, however you want it, by the U.S. Constitution.
What you just told me was that somehow but regardless, am trying to convert a right into a privilege. Now, the question I have for you is, what right has been converted to a privilege?
My right to freely travel
encumbered
and
now,
unfettered.
I will ask you this. How is your right to travel removed by receiving the citation?
By trying to require me to have a license to operate a automobile, which is my private vehicle.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else you want me to consider?
No, sir.
All right. Well, I can tell you this. The Michigan motor vehicle laws, including the laws that require you to carry insurance, that require your vehicle to be registered, and require that registration to be current, do not run in violation of any right to travel under the Constitution or the United States Supreme Court decision that you have cited. In fact, Michigan courts have held that essentially the right to travel means the right for you to move from A to B, not the right for you to travel from A to B under your most convenient way. So you could walk from point A to B all you wanted. You could take a taxi or an Uber or a plane or a train or a bus. But if you wish to travel by using a motor vehicle, the Michigan laws are applicable and don't unconstitutionally interfere with the right to travel. It doesn't convert the right to travel into a privilege. You are not denied the right to travel. You may be denied the privilege of traveling via a motor vehicle that you are operating. So,
okay, so
that is what the law says, and that's what I'm finding.
Okay, I just appeal it, and that way I can make sure all citations.
I'll just appeal it. Now look, Baby C said he's such a feisty little munchkin. Justin's mom, let me just tell you this, okay? Let me just tell you this. I am not going to associate this guy with all the great people in Michigan, okay? All right. I know some people from Michigan. I know some great people from Michigan, okay? I've met a lot of great people. You included, Justin's mom, okay? I'm not going to just make it seem like everybody in Michigan is like this guy. I'm not going to do that, even though that's what y'all do to me when y'all be watching them damn Florida cop cams, okay? Y'all want to make everybody in Florida crazy. We not all crazy, okay? So Justin's mom, it's okay for you and this guy to be from the same state, okay? And you don't know nothing about this guy, okay? I just want you to know that, okay? You are still okay with me, okay? Native, your friendly neighborhood cupcake said, Native, where's R. Kelly? I need for him to speak real quick. Let me see if I got Robert over here. Hold on. If I don't, hold on, because I know exactly what you're talking about. Let me see if I got him. There he is.
That's stupid. Use your common sense. That's stupid. Use your common sense.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, and the judge explained it, and that's what they don't understand. The judge explained what traveling is. If I leave my house right now and walk down to Kroger, I am traveling to Kroger, but I'm traveling by way of walking. No license required. I don't need a license to walk to Kroger. But if I get in my vehicle and travel to Kroger via my vehicle, I need a driver's license. The car has to be registered. I need a legit tag on the car. And see, what sovereign citizens want to say is that traveling means that they can get in a car and go wherever they want to without a license. And I'm so glad that the judge explained it the way that he explained it. If I leave here and walk down to the MARTA bus stop and I get on the MARTA bus and I go to Atlanta, no license required, right? I'm traveling to downtown Atlanta, or I'm traveling to the airport, wherever I'm going, right? I have the right to do that without a license. But these idiots think that that means that they can just jump in a car without a license, and nobody said that. And so I'm glad that the judge explained it the way that he explained it.
That's fine. I mean, I have no problem telling you you have the right to travel. I have no problem telling you you have the constitutional right to travel. All citizens do. No doubt about that.
One question. Is there a difference between a motor vehicle and an automobile? Is there a difference?
Yes. All automobiles are motor vehicles, but not all motor vehicles are automobiles.
Okay, so is my automobile not my private personal automobile that's not being used in commerce?
I would have no idea the use of your motor vehicle, and it's not relevant to me for the purposes of deciding whether you are responsible for these civil infractions.
Okay. Well, I have nothing else for you to consider.
Well, very good. I'm letting you know the law does not make a distinction between your using the vehicle for personal reasons or you're using the vehicle for commercial reasons when your registration plate is expired and when you fail to show proof of insurance. Both of those are required.
The MCL language.
Both of those are required under Michigan law for anyone operating any motor vehicle. That's what I can tell you. So
correct.
If you're
a motor vehicle, to which I am not operating a motor vehicle, and this is what we are trying to
I guess
circumvent.
Yeah,
I am operating my automobile, not a motor vehicle.
I can tell you that an automobile is considered a motor vehicle under the Michigan Motor Vehicle Code. So that's fine. Is there anything else you want me to consider?
Nope.
Very good. All right. So I've listened very carefully to the evidence. I do find that it's more likely than not that when you were required to at a traffic stop show proof that your vehicle was insured, that you failed to do so, and that it is more likely that your not your operator's license, I'm sorry, the registration plates on the vehicle were expired. So I'm going to assess the $125 on the no proof of insurance case and the $110 on the expired plates case. The address that you want things sent to, Benton Harbor 49022. Is that correct?
That is
$235, y'all. He went through all this for $235 fines. That's what all this was for. $235 worth of fines, not thousands and thousands of dollars, not years and years of jail time. $235 is why we went through all this. Okay. All right. That's what we did all this for, Mary Willis, was $235. Mm-hmm.
The address. I don't know where the other address is coming from, but that is my address.
Well, I don't know what other address you're speaking of, but that's the address the court now has for you. So both of those judgments will go out in the mail on Monday. All right. Thank you both for your time and patience. You're all set. Have a very good day.
Thank you, sir. You too. You too.
Hold on. I want y'all to see real quick what it said at the end.
Police.
Hold on. Let me go back. Hold on. Let me go back.
To crime scene cam for more.
Let me go back.
I am a private individual. I'm not.
In case y'all thought maybe he had a chance, okay? As we look at the end of the video,
the address that you want things sent to, Benton Harbor 49022. Is that correct?
That is the address. I don't know where the other address is coming from, but that is my address.
Well, I don't know what other address you're speaking of, but that's the address the court now has for you. So both of those judgments will go out in the mail on Monday. All right. Thank
To date, the court ordered fines for the case and other cases have not been paid. Okay. This ass has not paid the $235. Okay.
you both for your time and patience. You're all set. Have a very good day.
Thank you, sir.
All appeals have been lost. So, in case you all are wondering, well, did he appeal? And there was a court that heard his sovereign citizen argument and was on? No, no, no. All appeals have been lost. This shit does not stand up in any court, an appellate court, a local court, a Supreme Court. None of this stuff stands up, y'all. It doesn't. Toddy Jackson, you're more than welcome. We're going to do more. We're going to do more sovereign citizens, y'all. It gets more. He's a more mild case. Yeah, he talked a lot. But we're going to get into some of the sovereign citizens that they actually have to drag out of their cars and that they actually have to put hands on and tase and all this other crazy shit. And again, for minuscule amounts of money that they could just pay and be over. No. They would rather go through all of that. So we're going to get into more of that. But yes, this is the world of sovereign citizens, y'all. That is what we got. So that is what I got for y'all today. All right. Thank y'all for coming out. I just wanted to spend a little time with you all this afternoon. Will I be back this evening? Possibly, but I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I'll come back tomorrow because we got a Nesto call to go over. Okay. And I want to make sure that I got enough time to do that. So I might do that tomorrow. All right. Might take this afternoon off and just kind of like free my mind, chill out, and do all the other stuff. But I want to thank you all today. All right. This call again came from Bama Mike. If you all go on YouTube and look up Bama Mike, you will see some great sovereign citizen videos and some other stuff. So, and if you run across a sovereign citizen video that you want me to go over, please send it to me. nativetribefilms@icloud.com. But again, that's all I got. Thank you to my Native Tribe Urban Media Notorious Mod Squad. Thank you so much for all you do behind the scenes. Thank you all for coming out. Like I said, this is just a little afternoon hangout. Okay, y'all say y'all wanted some more in the afternoon. All right. So I'm trying to adjust so I can get y'all some afternoon, daytime type stuff as well. Okay. So again, if I don't come back this afternoon or this evening, I will try to come back tomorrow so that we can go over Nesto and his begging little friend who really wants him to be her boyfriend. Oh my God. It is so embarrassing. But we will talk about it. If not tonight, then tomorrow. All right. So thank y'all for coming out. I don't know who needs to hear this, but you are enough. You are beautiful. You are loved and you are blessed. And there isn't anything that anybody can do about that, not even you. All right. So look out for me either tonight or tomorrow, but we're going to go over some Nesto stuff the next time you see me. I hope y'all have a great rest of your Wednesday.